All right, so 192 divided by 16. Did we all get 12? Yes, that one worked out nice and evenly for us. Super duper. And then we have 325 divided by 23. What'd you say, Jordan? Like 14, yeah, because we're going to have, what's that called when we have some numbers left over? Yes, we're going to have a remainder here. 23 goes into 32 once. 23 goes into 95 4 times. And then we're left, when we subtract, with 3. We call that the remainder 3. Now, I see some of you going through and making it a decimal, which is pretty cool. I don't know what teacher told you to do that, but I like him or her for it. I like that they taught you how to do that. Some of you may have just put it as 14 remainder 3, or some of you may have written as 14 and 3 over 23. Any of those are accurate. But most importantly, what we want to know here is that there is a remainder. There are numbers left over. What we're going to do is we're going to take these ideas from long division and apply them to polynomials. And we are going to do polynomial long division. You can do it. It's not really that hard. And I'm not just saying that because I like math. It's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. All right, we've got this polynomial, 4x squared plus 23x minus 16. And it's being divided by x plus 5. Okay, I want you to look at the first term of your polynomial and the first term of your divisor. How could we make that x, what could we multiply it by to get 4x squared? Jess? 4x, you're right. So what we do is we put 4x on our division bar. Line it up with the other x value. You should line it up with the other x value. So you see how 23x is right below it? You should put it right above that other x value. So now we have that. We need to multiply 4x times both terms of our divisor. Guys, it's multiplication.
Wait, why do you multiply?
What do you mean?
Like why? If we're just dividing, why are we multiplying?
Because it's not perfectly divided by 4x. We have to find the rest of the quotient. Have you done it before, Liz?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now we are going to do our subtraction. Whoopsies. Just like you would with regular old numerical division, you do the same sort of subtraction. So you're subtracting 4x squared minus 4x squared. 23x minus 20x is 3x. Bring down the next value, negative 16. Repeat the process. Look at 3x. What could we multiply this x by to get 3x? Yu-Chen? 3. So we write plus 3 on top of the fraction bar to complete our quotient. Now, take that 3, multiply it by the x. Take the 3, multiply it by the 5. And now we have to subtract again. 3x minus 3x is just 0. Be careful here. Negative 16 minus 15 is what? Morgan? Yes, it's negative 31.
You always subtract them?
Yes, you always subtract them. Yep, just like with long division.
Even if the sign's positive, you still subtract.
Yes. So now we've got negative 31. Well, negative 31 can't go into x plus 5 because it doesn't have an x value in it. It's just a number. So that is our remainder, negative 31. So what's the quotient? What's the remainder? Our quotient is what's on top of our fraction bar. Meaning our quotient is this 4x plus 3. And then the remainder is what's left over. And that would be negative 31. Okay, let's try another. Oh, yes.
It's the negative 31. How would you write that, like, on top?
You mean if you weren't writing it as the word remainder? You could put it negative 31 over x plus 5. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like this, like with a decimal point.
You wouldn't write it with a decimal point. No. Since you're using the variable, you wouldn't write it with a decimal. You would just list it as a remainder. So let's try another long division one, so you guys can practice this on your own too. So use polynomial long division to take this quadratic and divide it by x minus 7. So we have 3x squared minus 29x plus 56 divided by x minus 7. So look at your first two terms in each polynomial. You have x and you have 3x squared. So think to yourself, how could I make x 3x squared? By multiplying it by 3x. Then take that 3x, multiply it by x, and multiply it by negative 7. You want to subtract those values. So 3x squared minus 3x squared is just 0. Negative 29x minus negative 21x gives us a negative 9x. Bring down your constant value. This gives you negative 8x. Sheesh. Negative 8x. Now you want to look at this and say, okay, what could I multiply this x by? What could I multiply this x by right here to make it negative 8x? Cameron? Yeah. So then you write minus 8 to complete your quotient. So negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times negative 7 is positive 56. Now when you subtract these values, negative 8x minus 8x, that's just 0. 56 minus 56, that's just 0. So we have nothing left here. We have 0. That means we don't have a remainder, which is awesome, because it divides evenly, and that always makes life nice and easy. So we have our quotient is 3x minus 8, and our remainder is just 0.